What the actual heck is this video? This video was caught in Saudi Arabia with not much information than that. I know this very obviously could have been some sort of hoax, but the genuine fear in this man's voice makes me question that. There's a link to YouTube that the Redditor posted, but when you click it, the video is unavailable because it has been deleted. After doing some digging, I managed to track down the original video on another YouTube channel.
دور 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 شايف غفلة 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 تهدرون انتم روحوا 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 العطفة الريفرس الريفرس ركضوا ركضوا على السيارة على السيارة
Upon seeing this grim footage, many Redditors theorized whether it was real or an elaborate hoax, perhaps a prank of some sort. With one Redditor saying, "I'm not quite sure what I just watched," which very well might have been a couple of overly dramatic actors with a cheap costume and a potato camera, but I'll be honest, that just creeped the shit out of me. While another Redditor wrote this response, "I honestly don't think it's a hoax, but I don't think it is a ghost either. I think it's an elderly woman who is most likely suffering from some form of psychosis or dementia. The driver sounds pants-shittingly terrified. And I don't blame him. I'd be sitting in a pool of my own fear piss if I came upon that in complete darkness too. A lonely dirt road in the middle of the night, then all of a sudden, crazy witch lady comes shuffling at you through the darkness screaming like a banshee herself. Of course, you back the hell up and leave. Or you could do what characters in movies do, and get out of the safety of your car and try to solve the mystery of the haunted dirt road. Of course, all your friends will die in horrifically gory ways, but depending on your level of attractiveness, you might survive." Another deeply disturbing post surfaced on r/World News. On his deathbed, An illegal immigrant is found shot dead, tied to furniture dumped in the middle of the road in Saudi Arabia. Upon reading the Daily Mail's news article, the man's body was discovered 7 miles from Abha city center in Asir province. The man is reportedly in his 30s, and he had multiple bullet wounds from a machine gun. Police say it is unclear if the unidentified victim was actually killed in the bed, or if he was placed there after already being shot. The video footage was filmed at night. In the video footage, a metal bed is seen across both lanes of the road. As the cameraman approaches, the body is seen wrapped in blankets. To this day, the case remains unsolved in Saudi Arabia. Posted on r/mysteries. An unknown situation, daughters of previous Saudi Arabia king under house arrest. This is a mystery I've been curious about for a couple of years. Hopefully it fits here and hasn't been posted yet. In 2014, news broke out that 4 daughters of King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, Sahar, who is 42 years old, Jawahar, who is 38 years old, Maha, who is 41 years old, and Hala, who is 39 years old, they were under house arrest. Their mother, Alanut Al-Faiz, who was divorced by King Abdullah and lived in London, broke the news by Twitter under the account Free the Four. Multiple accounts of their living condition includes denial of medical care for Jawahar's asthma and their excruciating headaches, and backaches, no buying or receiving food or water. They were forcefully sedated and isolated in the house. They had to survive on expired food and distilled seawater. The house was guarded by the Saudi National Guard, which was headed by their half-brother. In 2014, protest banners swept outside the embassy of Saudi Arabia, and the hashtag Free the Saudi Princesses or Free the Four has begun. The 4 daughters of King Abdullah claimed that they were being held hostage in complete isolation. 2 of the 4 sisters, Princess Sahar and Princess Jawahar, personally ran an active Twitter accounts in 2014 to document their captivity and abuse in real time. Following King Abdullah's death in January 2015, their internet and phone access inside the sisters' Jeddah compound was completely cut off. Both the princesses' personal accounts and the campaign handles stopped posting entirely. In the late 2021, the Saudi royal court issued a brief sterile statement announcing the death of Princess Hala bint Abdullah. There were no details and no explanation of her final years, or details on what was the cause of her death. What makes this case disturbing is that there's medical professionals and whistleblowers. They revealed that Hala had been forcibly dosed for years with heavy tranquilizers and sedatives. There was also reports of severe neglect and uncontrolled substances being involved. The fate of the remaining 3 sisters, Sahar, Jawahar and Maha, remains a complete mystery. There was no update and information regarding them.